Hello everybody! How are we today? Oh my goodness me, there's already a ton of messages in the chat. Just turn that down in my headphones a bit. Good evening, Mark. Hello, Theristus. Hello, Adeptus Latrina. Building shutdown gave me a free paid day off. Awesome. Hi, Random Academy Pilot. Hello, Philip. Chewy, good evening. Good evening, some guy who paints. Nice to see you again, sir. Welcome back. Hello, Kataro. Good evening, Rock Golem. Hello, Alice. Hey, the Knight of Zen. Harold. Hello, Gerald. Not Harold. Hello. I can't talk. Hark, I spot a Warhipster. I am here. Good evening, all. I hope you are all well. I hope you're all happy. I hope everyone's hanging out. I've got a loose hair just there. Spot that in the camera. Hello, Gerald. Again. Sorry. Hello, Helen. Hello, Real Shamey TV. Good evening, Ryan. It has been a while, some guy who paints. Ross. So, let's talk, ladies and gentlemen. I promised a little while ago that I would be very open and honest about my mental health, my mental state of well-being. Yo, Alexi. Yo. And I promised that we would do these kinds of streams quite often. And one thing I haven't been able to do is follow up on that promise, so I do apologise for that. And today felt like a really good time to do it, because I've been struggling with a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And this is always my favourite place to do this, to talk, because you guys are awesome. And I think it's important that these conversations be somewhat public, particularly when you're in a position such as myself, who is able to have a public conversation about this type of thing. You know, I think being as visible as I am, being able to chat out loud, I think, about where I'm at in terms of my headspace. If somebody out there feels the same way, then at least you know it's not just you. And I also like to think it's not just me. A platform, even. Yes, a platform. Yes, that's exactly right. I have a platform upon which it is important, I think, to talk about things that I'm struggling with. And it's really tough to know where to begin, because it's kind of being like bare open honesty. One thing I will just quickly do is just grab, because once I'm feeling ready, I'm going to continue building that Chaos Knight that we started last week, and that's part of it, guys. You know, I started building a Chaos Knight last week, and since then I have not had the time to even consider being able to finish it. It has been crazy busy. I've been feeling pretty low. I play a 30 Terminator Salamanders list, also obviously have mental health issues. There's nothing wrong with 30 Terminators in a Salamander's army. Get out of town. That's just cool. That's very cool, buddy. So, I have been really struggling. Oh, the instructions are there. This is part of it. I've been losing a lot of sleep recently. And it's taken me a while to figure out why. what it is that's troubling me, like what's keeping me awake at night. And I think there's a couple of things that I'm currently wrestling with that I don't have to wrestle with. And it is entirely stupid because it's overactive brain becoming just worrying about stuff that I absolutely shouldn't be worrying about. And I get into this sometimes where I get into this cycle of worrying, and all I end up doing is seeing that I put barriers in front of myself, and then when I do that, my motivation goes right down, my energy goes right down, my joy goes right down. And it's because I'm not articulating what those worries are. And hello, Paul. Random Academy Pilot says we are Legion divided in chapters. That is exactly right, and very apt given some of the nature of what we're going to be talking about today. For one thing, one of the things that I worry about very much is whether or not I actually belong here. I deal quite a lot with the idea that I don't belong here, and that my self-esteem struggles a lot, and that is particularly difficult for someone like me who very much focuses on numbers and logic and statistics and things like that. And so when I kind of go into these periods where I feel a little bit low, a little bit down about myself, if I then, for example, look at an analytic, for example, that says that my stuff has gone like this and then it goes like that, it kind of compounds that worry. It makes me think maybe I've done something wrong. Maybe someone out there has finally convinced everybody that they shouldn't be watching my stuff because it's not very good. It's paranoia. It's constant paranoia and worrying that ultimately there is something that I am or something that I have done that renders me not good enough for certain opportunities. And certain things that imposter syndrome. Hunting heresy, I do have imposter syndrome. I completely agree with that. Mr. Biltong Boop, have you just become a member? If so, thank you so much, buddy. I thought you already were. Yeah, so like the last 2 or 3 nights, Italian Spartacus, sir. I'm a big fan. Hello. Listen up, Battle Brother. What you do is hard and it's not easy, and you work in a vacuum where all you see is numbers. And fixed to those numbers are 3 indicators of success: red down arrows, green check marks, and green up arrows. It's so hard to really connect with perspective because you look at the numbers and only see, well, I'm some modicum of failure right now. Yeah, that's where I'm at. And I've got to be honest, one of the things that I'm struggling with at the moment is I'm seeing a lot of people talking about we are the best content creators in the world, and a lot of the narrative is saying this is our list, and it's related to things like the Horus Heresy event that happened recently, which was an amazing thing to watch. It was a really fantastic, brilliant opportunity for a lot of people, and what I'm seeing afterwards is a lot of joy around that event, which was fantastic, and it's so positive. And what I'm really, really pleased about is that all I've seen so far, really, the majority of stuff, I think 99% of it, has been that, hey, we're all really excited for this, and that's great, because that's exactly the message that should have come out of something like that. But one of the things that I've struggled with, and this is entirely selfish, is that I wanted to go and I didn't get to, and that triggered something that I thought I was on top of, and then I've suddenly today realised I'm not on top of it. I'm not good enough to be there yet, and that's fine, because it means I just have to keep going, right? But the question is how do I get good enough? And I don't have an answer for that quite often. Jim Hamilton, thank you so much for becoming a member. That's very kind of you. I didn't know that, Italian Spartacus. Oh my god, you guys in the chat are fantastic. This is why I love doing these things, because we all get to talk about it. Public conversation about this type of thing, right? It's feelings, it's healthy, this is what we have to do. I had the exact same feeling on the exact same channel size when Warhammer 2 was launching and I was not good enough to be a part of the early access crew. Man, that does surprise me. That's very kind of you, Jim. Do you want to see what I've painted today? I don't know if anybody has seen this. I don't know if you've all seen this. This is what I've painted today. For all you Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40,000, or all you fantasy fans, here's Ulrak the Drowner. I painted this today. And this is part of it, right? Like, I did this today, and I was like, man! Literally 11 o'clock this morning I started this, and it's that guy I killed 4 times in Elden Ring. I was talking about this earlier, man. I was like, I swear this was a boss in Elden Ring. But yeah, there he is, Ulrak the Drowner, and I finished that today. And that's the thing, like, I did that, I started that at 11 o'clock this morning, and at 7-ish, 5 to 7, I was like, hey, I finished. Not even that, I think it was 8 hours, so what's that, 11 till... Yeah, 8 hours. 8 hours that took, and I was like, I did this. I'm so good at this. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just bizarre, and I was like, I need to talk about this with you guys, because it is so important that that I tell you this, because I don't want anyone to think that, you know, that I'm invincible. I'm not invincible. I don't know why. I don't know why. But like, it's a tricky one. I really wish that I had gone to that event. So yeah, there's a degree of jealousy. I wish I was there. But like, you know, I mean, like I said, it was brilliant, and I'm so glad that everybody had such a great time there. And I'm really excited for Horus Heresy, don't get me wrong. Like, I really want that box to come. I've got 2 Primarchs that I'm going to be doing very, very soon. This is all part of it, though. Like, so my schedule for a long time has been, people, when they find out what it is, they go, oh my god, how do you even exist? And this last week has been really tough. And I definitely am realizing how much I need to actually sleep more. It's literally the last like 3 or 4 days. It's been a case of, I can't overstate this enough, guys. Sleep is so important. Now I know that sounds stupid, but I'm figuring this out. I used to wake up at 10:30 in the morning, and then I will do a bit of emailing and this, that, and the other, and kind of try and reply to YouTube comments and things like that, trying to do all that kind of stuff for about an hour or 2. I get up, have some lunch, have about 45 minutes, usually about the length of an episode of something like Star Trek, and that's my lunch, and then I go upstairs. So from about 12:40, 1:45 type thing, I paint until 7:30ish, we eat dinner, and then I come back upstairs and I paint until 4 o'clock in the morning, to stay on top of being a one-man band. That's what my schedule has been for a long time, and I realise now that was fine during the winter to a certain degree, because it was still dark when I'd come to bed, but now it's not so good. So I wouldn't ever go as far as to say like it's causing any kind of diagnosable thing, but I have really struggled with sleeping the last sort of 3 or 4 days, because I've been looking out the window and going, what am I doing? And it's all tied back to this self-esteem thing of like, am I good enough? What am I doing? Why am I even doing this? Do I need to go to bed? I can't go to bed, I can't sleep, I'm not tired. Go to bed, lie there awake for a little while, play some sort of matching game on my phone, finally get a bit tired, try and close my eyes. And very recently, I think it was Saturday night into Sunday, I didn't sleep. I couldn't. I got up again. 2 hours later, 6 a.m, came upstairs, and I was sat upstairs and I did a little bit of painting. I was painting these fire dragons, actually. These fire dragons. They're fun. I really enjoyed painting these fire dragons. They're a great little recipe. It takes no time at all to paint them. But you know, I did that, and then I was just awake until 12, where I finally fell asleep for a couple of hours, and then we went out, and then I was up again. Until late. I was not 4 a.m, but I was out. I couldn't sleep again until 1:30, and then I finally fell asleep, and then I finally got caught up on my sleep after 2 days, and it was just this incessant worrying that I was doing, and my heart was just going like that. I was worrying. I was like, am I making the right choices? Am I making the right videos? Are the videos that I'm going to make this week, are they the right thing to do? Are people going to like those videos? Is this content that I want to make the right thing I want to make? Am I using the right tools? Are the tools the correct thing? Is this job, is this life for me? Of course this life is for me. Is this what I want to do? I love doing this. I couldn't go back and do anything else. I will look at the chat in just a minute, but like, I can see that you guys are being like, it's very, very but yeah, I was genuinely the other night when I was trying to fall asleep over that night, I was trying to calm down my heart because I was worrying. I was like, I'm okay. Like, everything's okay. I just need to go to sleep, you know? And then I couldn't. So I came upstairs, did a bit of work, had a midday sleep, did a little bit more work, and so on and so forth. And, like, the last couple of nights, I've got to around about 3 a.m. and I've gone, oh my God, this is going to happen again. And that's when the panic sets in. And like I said, I've done this today, and I go, oh, I've done this. People are going to like this video. But the 3 that I've done that I was like, oh, I don't know if anyone's going to like these videos, and I'm worrying constantly about these. And like Italian Spartacus was saying earlier, like my indicators, they're still green. They're not solid green anymore, though. They have been for months. So growth has been like that. Revenue has been like that. Watch time has been like that. You know, it's been great. Everything's been going up like this, and in the last 2 weeks, it's gone like that. It's gone to this kind of like this straight on arrow, and that's made, you know, in the wake of you guys are talking a lot about CBD. Kurosh Moshfe. Yeah, I do know that, Hug. Let me tell you that you are absolutely on the right track. Oh, thank you. You're an awesome painter, dude. Thanks, Jim. Jim, you've upgraded your membership. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Rob, hey man, paramedic here. Does it always happen in May? Because May has just been crazy. like socially, May has been difficult, and I've had to take time away from the desk to do other stuff. And throughout the pandemic, that was far. Didn't happen. I could just work as much as I wanted. But May, every weekend has had something to do, and that's put pressure on me. It's self-inflicted pressure. Don't get me wrong, self-inflicted pressure to make sure that I get stuff done. Oh, thank you, Mediocre Hobbies. I am okay. You think to yourself, if I don't get a video up, people are going to be upset and ask why. I do think that sometimes. Sometimes I worry that I'm beholden to things that I can't commit to. And like, sometimes the rate of growth for me feels so slow that like only publishing a video will do something. And so I force myself to publish a video on time. And when that happens, it all ticks over. And then sometimes I lose sight of what I'm proud of. And I think I did that yesterday. I think I lost sight of what I'm proud of. Like I built something pretty cool, and I was like, this looks poop. It's just dumb because it looks amazing. Do you want to see, guys? So I've been working on. There's a Custodes army on at the moment, but I've been working on this MDF building, and I was like, hey, this looks good. This looks great. You know, and this is me kind of going off beat a little bit. Hello, Emily. I hope you do not mind me saying, but you know, also knowing your schedule is packed, I think there is unneeded pressure there. Self-care was important. Maybe you need someone to offload to. I need to hire someone. That's for sure. I've broken it. A window popped out. Get back in there. Italian Spartacus, you naughty boy. I've been off work for 6 months with anxiety and depression. I feel stupid as I think no one believes me. I believe you, Jim. I've been around. I count myself very lucky to not have an anxiety or a depression condition. But I am surrounded by, and I am in contact with a lot of people who do suffer from those, and I would always believe you. I believe you, man. I know exactly. I sympathize. I don't know how you feel. I think I exhibit symptoms of it from time to time, like anxiety. I do get anxious about things. Rob, what did you say? Paramedic again. Hope that wasn't read in the wrong tone. I'm offering support, not as much as Spartacus though. What did you say, Rob? I didn't see it. I saw it. Need to actively ID the issues and work around them. I know it sounds dumb and easy for me to say you can get through this. No, that's not dumb. If you try to do something about it as in a psychologist. I talk to a number of people. Not least, you know, people like my dad. My dad's a psychologist. Being a sufferer with anxiety and depression too long, the ups and downs can come out of nowhere. Good old 40k helps daft OTT escapism. It does, it certainly does. Good evening, to the 40k homeboys. What's going on here? A co-worker would definitely be nice, just to have someone to talk to and bounce ideas off. Oh, I mean, yeah. That would be brilliant. I can't pay anyone though, and I want to pay people. Things are okay, Wolfgua. They really are. Honestly, I am such a Lithy. You said sometimes it's hard to see the forest with trees. It may be a small thing, but consider how many people have pride in better painted minis because of you. I dreaded painting Ahriman. This is a fantastic community, Ibrahim. Your video made it a doddle. I'm very, very thankful. I'm very, very glad. I needed this. I needed you guys. I'm not ashamed to ask for help. This is exactly what I needed. I needed everybody out there to be hanging out and just being like, hey man, everything's all good. I dreaded painting an Infernal Master before watching your tutorial on it. You could always sell online masterclasses, help cash flow and social interaction with people. I would love to do something like that. All hail the ale. I bet having a psychologist as a dad makes some interesting conversations. Does it make it hard to talk to him with the possibility of being analysed? I don't think it does make it hard. I think growing up as a teenager, it made it difficult to hide anything, because there's stuff you want to hide as a teenager, right? I think you want to just be like, no. You know, like, you want to get up to stuff and then you don't want to get caught very easily or figured out. You know, that made it very difficult as a kid. But now as an adult, that's rendered it a bit easier to actually just have honest conversations with each other, with my parents. If I need help, then I can ring them and say, look, I'm feeling down, and we'll have a chat. Which I haven't done. I saw them at the weekend, actually. That was part of. I was worrying. You know. I think you should try to do some masterclasses or paid videos for some larger products or cool centerpiece models. I do have a Discord, Declan PM. They're a very cool, very, very awesome group. Most of them are here tonight. You can get access to the Discord via becoming either a YouTube member or a Patreon subscriber. They're a fantastic group. They're an amazing group. Without them, none of this is possible. And they make me laugh. We have a memes channel now. They keep giving me ideas. They say things like, hey, do this. Because it's stuff I haven't thought about. I just don't have time to think about it in between all the stuff that I'm doing, you know. And so I'm like, and then someone goes, make this channel on Discord. I can't remember who said it. I think it might have been Castellan Pyregard said someone said make a memes channel. So we have a memes channel, which is great. And I look at that every day and I go, ha ha! And then I go about my day. But how do you actually become a YouTube member? I think there's a button underneath this video somewhere that should say join. If you click on that, you get to choose Lithy. You have helped me to start painting and I was burned out. I have painted in 5 years. I have finally started painting in 2 weeks. Thank you. Oh, that's very cool, Gerald. Welcome back. They're okay. Thank you, Italian Spartacus. We should play Total War together at some point. That would be amazing. You can crush me at something. We can film it and you can crush me at Total War. I suffer with PTSD and that manifests in depression. I've had lots of help over the years, which has allowed me to fight a lot of demons. I love the hobby of a distraction. the hobby is fantastic. Discord should have a games channel. Nod. Oh! That's a very good idea, Mr. Gloomspite Noob. Hang on. Where's my... I can't make notes on this. I need my notepad. Nathaniel says I was diagnosed with depression, PTSD and other mental shit after I returned from my tour in Afghanistan. Without professional help, I'd be 6 feet under. No, and that's the right thing to do, to seek that professional help. And this place is always a place to express any feelings that you have. That's what I want. And that's part of what this stream is about. Is I'm expressing my feelings, you guys expressing your feelings. It's fantastic. Have you purged the chaos scum on Chaos Gate Demon Hunters? Thank you very much for becoming a member, Helen McKay. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. I haven't purged the Chaos Scum on Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, but what I did play the other day was Battle Sector. And I played Battle Sector because I had a tube of Pringles that gave me a free month's access to Xbox Game Pass. And it was there, and I wanted to have a go at it. And I got to play as my beloved Blood Angels, beating the heck out of some Tyrians in the Red Scar, which was fun. I thoroughly recommend Battle Sector. If you have Xbox Game Pass or PC Game Pass, I recommend Battle Sector. It will keep you busy for 3 days. Great stuff. That's not a bad idea, Declan. As a therapist, it warms my heart to see the men in this chat expressing they reached out for help and it's helped heal them. You're strong, all of you. Emily's absolutely spot on that. CBD. Maybe I should check out CBD. Do you have a pet? Sounds basic, but it isn't. I got a cat. Increased my happiness and decreased my loneliness 100%. I desperately want a cat. We can't have them here, though, because our landlord might get funny. I love cats so fucking much. I adore cats. Ibrahim Khan says, I've got to sign off. Wish you all the best, Josh. Hellbreak tutorial was amazing, by the way. Going to have a crack at it after my exams. Keep up the great work. We're all here for you, bud. You're an amazing guy. Thank you so much. Blood Angels beating terrorists must not be with the current rules book. No, it's not with the current rules book. I'm not supposed to have a cat in my apartment either, but I have a cat. I love dogs. Don't get me wrong. I love dogs too. I just don't know what it is about cats. I wouldn't say people always ask you, don't they, are you a cat or a dog person? And I always go, I'm both. And they go, you can't be both. And I say, but, okay, if I had to choose one, I'm a cat person, but I love dogs. There's one dog in particular I adore with all my heart. If Chris is watching. Chris isn't the dog, Chris is one of the owners of the dog. But, yeah, there's one dog in particular. But, oh yes, I am well aware. My parents have 2 cats. And whenever, the last couple of times I've had to move, I've had to move into my parents' house, just in between places or jobs or whatever. And those 2 cats love me. Sounds really big-headed. But those 2 cats love me. I went and found them as kittens. I met them as kittens. Well, the story of those 2 cats is that my mum wanted cats. I found 2 cats and she loved them, so that we went and got them. We went to go and meet them the first time. And one of them, Alfie, she got put in my hand. She was a tiny little kitten, this big at that time. She just fell right asleep. There's a picture of it. I've got a picture of it somewhere, but she just fell right asleep in my hand. And from that moment on, the love affair was born. That cat adores me. So when I've lived at home, last time I lived at home, in fact, because I used to paint out in the garage, one cat on one leg, one cat on one time on my shoulder. In fact, there is a video on YouTube which was filmed with, I had a cat on my lap and I had a cat on my shoulder, and I had to redo all the audio because the one on my shoulder was just purring away. Were you in the military? I was not. But I moved around a lot. New Discord channel, Pet Pics. Right, so we've got a Discord channel, Pet Pics, and games. Game stuff. Do the cats hide in your beard? No, but sometimes they want to bat at it, which is always fun. My family have had 5 mountain dogs so far. Never had a cat. I live in the Middle East now. Fostered a cat. Don't feel guilty about being a canine traitor at all. Maybe ask landlord explain. Underdog painting. I really want a pet pig. Like a micro pig. Or a pig. Sometimes I picture pets that would exist in this house. A pig couldn't get up the stairs. A cat might. No, a cat can. It's happened. Because one of the random cats from the neighbourhood just likes to walk into our house sometimes. In fact, there's picture evidence of the cat just being on the bed whilst I was asleep. Get ready for about 3,000 cat pics from me. I'm so into that. I will make those. In fact, shall I just do it now? I'll just do it now so I don't forget. Let's just quickly create channel. Gaming. Create channel. And we'll go. Pet pics. Our pets are us. Let's just call it that. We can always change the name of that later. There we go. 2 new channels created in the Discord. For those of you who are in the Discord. Man, apparently you can't join through the app. Lame. Any more upcoming appearances on Tabletop Tactics? Yeah, I need to talk to Lawrence about that. I'm sure it will happen. We were talking about doing some cool stuff, which I can't mention now because it's not up to me. But it's up to him. But yeah, no, I'm hoping to get back on there very soon. Okay. Should we try and finish building a knight? Got to scoop, but stay strong, brother. Keep doing your thing. Your content is awesome. Thank you. All hail the ale. All hail you. All hail the ale. Where's my clippers? They're there. I'm going to finish building this Chaos Knight. I decided what I want to build it as. That's a carnivore. Because I think having one carnivore is cool, right? Just had to stop my dog nosing the aggregates off my desk. It's not just cats that get onto your table. Your game's on TT brought me here. We've actually got a game coming out on the channel soon. This week, hopefully, if I can finish editing the video. That was filmed here in the privacy of my own home with Rachel, Rez, and Alice. Oh God, what can I play? 35. I do love going and seeing them. I need to message him about a couple of things actually, but yeah. I just need to finish some projects, you know. I'd love to finish this Chaos Knights project very quickly. That's probably not going to happen because, you know, I'm a busy boy. But there's also the spectre of the Tau, the Custodes, the Eldar. They're not for me. Lumineth, God, I've got to get on with them. There's a ton of Warhammer Underworld stuff that I've got now to do as well, which I'm really looking forward to doing. It's just clearing the decks, you know. Do you know what? If I could afford to do it, I think one thing that would be really, 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 really useful is if I could get like a community center somewhere and just like rent it out for a weekend and just invite a ton of people over to just build all my Warhammer that I've got here. Oh my god, that would just relieve a lot of pressure. Because I hate building. Everyone knows that. Or even just build the majority of things. Like, I can do the weapons and stuff, but like... I don't know, man. And the Mutalith Vortex piece. Yes, yes, it is on my list of things. To do. I've got to get hold of one. I have such a funny relationship with that model. Somebody once came into, when I worked at Games Workshop, somebody once came into the shop and said, "Do you have a Mutalith Vortex piece?" And I'd never heard of it. And even then, like a couple of years ago, it had already been moved to being a web store only item. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to look it up. I went and checked the stock system. It was like, yeah, you've got one. I was like, do I? Went upstairs, hunted around. Nope, couldn't find it. Apparently, I didn't have one. So then I went and looked it up on the internet, and I was like, I've literally never seen this before. And like one of my customers at the time was like, "That's quite an old kit, man." And I was like, oh, I didn't know. Never heard of it. And ever since then, it's been just one of the things I never forget what the Mutalith Vortex beast is. I need to get hold of one. But yes, it is on my list of requested videos. Things to do. If you hate building, have you ever built a Forge World kit? I have, yeah, and I've got a number of them to do. Not least including Magnus the Red and the Khan, as well as a Telemon, Caladius, all the other stuff. Oh, that goes there. Thank you so much, Ross. That's very kind of you. Oh, that's very cool. Is that some Nighthaunt I see before me? I love your videos. They inspired me to try more contrast. Yes, Steve. There's Ulrak the Drowner. I painted him today. Started him this morning. Painted today. 8-hour paint job that was. Video on that coming very soon. Supply of dog hair as basing material. Excellent. It's even primed in your favourite colour, grey sear. Where are you based, Lithy? If you want to send me a Mutalith Vortex piece to do, we can talk. Planning on other Nighthaunt models. I'm interested. Well, yeah, I mean, there's other. I can do some other ones if you like. I think between him and Scriptor Mortis, there's not a lot else that kind of needs doing. Although I'm pretty certain I've got a couple of Warhammer Underworlds teams to do. You're in Yorkshire. Interesting. You doing many commissions these days? Yeah, I've got tons. Honestly, so many. This is what I need to do. I need to start clearing them. The big one at the moment that I need to clear is the Eldar, and that one's coming along really nicely. Like, I think I'm over halfway with it now. What was that? There's 12 striking scorpions, 6 more warps, spears to do, shining spears. So 6, 18, 12 of the flying ones. That's 30 models. Oh yeah, no, I'm mostly there. There's actually some Howling Banshees and things too. I mean, it's all content, right? It's all good stuff, but like, I've made huge progress on the Eldari one. I need to message him about that actually, because I need to build some striking scorpions. I know where Wakefield is. I went to uni in Leeds. I'm well aware of Wakefield. Need access to the Discord for a flood of catbacks. Seriously, mate, happy to support your content. That's very kind of you, Ross, honestly. I'm looking forward to a flood of cat pics, if I'm being honest. I've literally just made the channel, so or at least the area for spammage of cat pics. Ooh. It's almost like I made it just for you, my friend. What about Nighthaunt alternate schemes? I saw a really nice one. I will get to that in just a second. Hey man, just saw the stream title. Just wanted to let you know I've always looked forward to your videos and they always have helped me out in more ways than one. Really hope you take time for you. Oh, that's very kind of you, my friend. I'm so glad. You guys warmed my heart, honestly. I knew I needed to do this. This community is the best in the world. You guys kick ass in all of the ways. I would give you all a big hug. Ah! If I could. Now we're no longer in a pandemic, I actually theoretically could. Well, legally I could. Obviously, respect people's private space and all that. Okay, I need C30 apparently. So you get just the 2 of those. Okay. I'm guessing that's how you would magnetize it. I mean, this is just going to be a carnival. It's always going to be a carnival, so that's why I'm doing it as a carnival. I don't need to magnetize this one. I've been thinking about it. I've written a list. Which is fairly self-explanatory. So no magnetizing would need to occur. However, sometimes you never know, right? Which way around does that go? That facing out. When I'm next on the PC, I'm going to join up. You and the painting coach are the top shit I go to for my painting videos. I've recently saved Khan in my watch list. Painting coach is an absolute don. If anyone here doesn't know who painting coach is, he's really good. You should check him out. Completely agree. Mark, that's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for the 9. You guys. Thank you, Random Academy Pilot. I wish you the best as well. Thank you very much for stopping by. It's very kind of you. Oh, I'm supposed to stick a bloody great spike on the end of this. Where is it? We will chat about the beast, Lithy. Thank you so much for hanging out. It was awesome. Thanks for chatting. Enjoy your quality time with your other half. Do 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 do. Just hopping on to give you a virtual hug and to tell you you've been giving me the confidence to finally been thinking about it for 20 plus years. Buy and start painting some Warhammer minis. Jerky Gunner, that's very, very kind of you, and thank you for the virtual hug, and I'm so glad that I could help. Welcome. To the best hobby in the world. That is a lethal spike. Look at that. Bloody hell. I will take care. You take you there. You take care too, sir. Add a little bit more glue around that. That's what I was going for, Jack. In the world. Also, your videos are really great, well-paced, easy to watch, chill music, great technique, and that voice. Oh my god, that voice! You rebel scum! I opened up about my mental health last year, resulting in a lot of time of work and some difficult conversations with friends, family and professionals. Still the best thing I've ever done. Not better, but closer. Douglas, that's very, very... almost... yeah. Do you know what? A long time ago, I lived in London. And I was there for 5 years, and I got to the point where I couldn't breathe anymore, so I had to go. And I moved away. I moved to Leamington Spa, which is where I met one of my bestest friends ever, Chris. If he watches this, he's going to hear that, and I'm going to get a message saying you suck or something like that. But love you, man. I met him, and my life was different from then on. And then we all kind of. I also met just other sort of amazing people like Dan and Harry, like just a really great community of people, and that kind of rescued me at the time. And then we all kind of went our separate ways because a university course was ending here, a placement was ending there, and a new job was given here. And I was like, I need to get a new job as well because I didn't have enough money, so I got a job back in London. But I still had this place in Leamington Spa that I was living, so I was commuting between the two, and I ended up getting this spare place to live. So I ended up going on spareroom.com. So I was renting my flat in Leamington Spa, and I was renting a room in Tooting. And the job was fine. The people that I was working with were fine. The place that I was living was okay. It was a bit weird, but whatever. But I just felt split in half. I felt like I couldn't breathe again because I had basically one day to myself, which was Saturday, and I would spend that day trying to recover. And I'm an introvert, which is might sound weird, but I am INFJ, for those of you who know, and so having one day to rest and recuperate wasn't enough, and it just got to the point where it was just too much, and I basically was about a day away from a complete total breakdown. And that was a point where I had to I spoke to Chris, I spoke to my mum and dad, I spoke to my brothers, all in one day. This kind of sort of 10-15 minute conversations here and there, basically trying to come to this conclusion that I needed to just stop everything, cease, and I did. And it was the best thing that I'd ever did. But I spoke to a former workplace counsellor as well during that time, and a very revealing conversation about how, I was claiming too much responsibility for everything and everyone, and I didn't need to, which was like, what? But yeah, I was so worried everyone was going to be let down because you can't. I was holding on to this belief that you couldn't leave a situation without having a situation, which just wasn't true. You can't leave. I had to reframe my thinking from then on about you can't leave a situation if you don't have a plan. But which is probably arguably still not healthy, but I was always under the impression that just because you didn't like your job, you had to find a new one before you moved on. And I just couldn't face doing another stint in another company, having just got this new one that I wasn't not enjoying. But that's the thing, is at the time I thought it was fine. The people that I was working with were great, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't handle it, so I ended up stopping, and I was kind of seeking permission to make the choice that would make me happy, which is to let go of all of that was holding me down, and everybody without fail gave me permission to do that. No one said, "Oh no, you don't have to." You have to have a plan, you have to have a job to go to, you have to have a place to move to. No, everyone just went, nope, you are clearly drowning, so stop. And so I did. I would also like to say that your videos are fantastic. They are my go-to painting tutorial videos before I start any model. Keep up the good work. Best on YouTube. Thank you, Dumfries Gamers TV. I missed a load because I had to pick up my eldest from Cubs and they overran by 30 minutes. Oh, I remember those days. I was a Cub. My mum and dad would get so mad when that happened. Like, come on, Joshua! Stop playing football. I'm sorry, you were living in Tooting. Yeah, Tooting Broadway. Well, Tooting Beck. No. Yeah, Tooting Beck. That was where I was living. Tooting Beck. Royal Leamington Spa. That was a place I lived. Ooh, another Chaos Knight building session. I could do that on the Warlord, couldn't I? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I like how snug the fit is on these knights. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Sometimes it's really loose. Ugh, wrong way around. But like, I'm not applying any pressure there. Look at that. I mean, that's a little loose, but once that's been primed, that'll be fine. It's nice. I like it. Hey man, stumbled across your videos a couple of weeks ago and I loved them. Thought I'd check in and say I love your work and your videos and you should keep it up. They are super good. Thank you, 123 Cubus. That's probably a mistake to put that in there because it will get glued. Alatan, your videos really inspired me to paint more. Thanks for everything. You're by far my favourite Warhammer painter. Keep it up. Currently converting a Sororitas Rhino into a Grey Knights one. Lots of fun. I had the exact same idea, Alatan. I was like, the Space Marine one won't cut it for me. If I was to do it, it would be to use the Sororitas one. I'd be interested to know what you're doing about all the fleur-de-lis. Are you just like filling it in or colouring it in with inquisitorial eyes or something? That's really cool. I thought exactly the same thing. You've also got the new Deimos pattern Rhino that's coming. I don't know if you've seen that from Horus Heresy. The plastic one. I remember my mum once asked me if I'd like to be a cub leader. She walked out the room in disgust as I couldn't stop laughing. Josh, that night you will paint better, not be awesome as usual, or I'll lose 215 euros for that box. What? What are you talking about, Katara? Oh, is there a beard on the Chaos? On the Chaos Knight? If there's a beard, I will use it. And I will name it the Mechanicum Josh. No, I won't call it that. Oh, you will make me buy that night box if it's awesome as usual. I see, I see. I was very confused by your message then, Katara. I wasn't quite getting that. You magnetizing it? No, this is not this one. This one's just going to be a carnivore. It's 100% going to be a carnivore. I think every Chaos Knight's army needs one carnivore. That's part one. I think it is just a case of building the what's it called? Power claw. And then you just put the pauldrons on and it's done, right? Oh, and the helm and the head. You doy. Okay, how many pieces is this in? 4 million? Yes. Whatever happened to just single piece lightning claws? But you did such a good job on those Nurgle models, Katara. They look fantastic. 78. Yes, that's the correct bit. Yes. 77. Where are you, 77? Ah. This is very hopeful music that's going on right now. I'm a big fan. I'm going to have to check in a minute to see if I selected the Havoc launcher for the Carnival. Fine. Thanks. I used scrolls to cover up the blatant Adept of Sororitas bits and either cut or covered all the fleur-de-lis. It actually works. Pretty excited to paint soon. Deimos Rhino looks awesome too. Awesome, Melatan. No idea what this song is. Yes, I'm still buying more. You will use them, Gadaro. When Codex Chaos Demons comes out. In fact, the Maggotkin of Nurgle book is really good. I need to paint some more Nurgle demons, you know. They're the part I've neglected the most out of my demons army. I'm a little hesitant about painting more of them, and the reason for that is because Codex Chaos Demons, I have no idea what's going to happen to the Nurgle demons. So I'm just kind of biding my time a little bit because I don't want to do like 90 Plague Bearers and then be like 4,000 points. I have 2 Great Unclean ones. Hey Josh, as someone who puts too much pressure on being things being perfect, your videos are made perfectly for balancing quality and fun and has helped me get back into the hobby. Awesome, Tom. As a software developer who spends most of his day looking at the screen, this has really made a positive impact on my well-being, so thank you, and I hope this channel can do the same for you. This channel and this community does a lot for me. This channel and this community keeps a roof over my head. It's all because of all of you guys that I can still pay the rent. And it is a positive, and that's why I wanted to do this video. I wanted to talk to you guys because I was feeling it. I was feeling low, and you guys always make me feel fantastic. So I'm very, very glad. Paintbrush question: when you're using contrast /layer /base paints, how much of the brush do you load up before painting? I noticed for a lot of professional painters they only load halfway. I try to only go about halfway, but often I end up going all the way up to the quick, which is really bad. To the ferrule, I should say, not the quick. That's that's this on your finger. I try to only fill up about halfway. At 3/4 is usually fine. Contrast paint, 3/4 is generally what I aim for. Halfway doesn't feel like you get enough paint, but 3/4 of the brush, if you fill that up, but make sure you don't have that drip forming, you've got the perfect amount of contrast paint on your brush. Right, that needs to glue together, not just lie there in a heap. But there's no like contact points in here, so we're just going to go woo, and then we just pop it there like that, and then we put it down because that is definitely a piece that's going to be allergic to glue. I can just feel it within my bones. And then it's C79, and do you still hold votes on upcoming video/products, or do you go with whatever you feel like painting? It's one of those things of I need to do more of it, Jerky. I've had a bunch of videos in the in recent times that it's like been a case of it doesn't really get it's just a case of like, I mean, something like Ulrak the Drowner, for example. It's just a case of, do you want one? Yes. But I aim to do more of that kind of thing in the future. What I need like an afternoon spare to just go through the list of everything and then kind of go, hey, what do you guys want next? I do always look to the community for ideas, and they often come up with really good ones. Sometimes I'm capable of doing them quickly, and sometimes I'm not. They go into the back burner. Philip Eagles, this community keeps me sane, I think. This community definitely keeps me sane. I think we need another random donation for Josh in the future streams. Another one of those days would be amazing. What piece was that? 79 and 75. Oh, that's a lethal looking bit. It's got spikes on it and everything. What we want? Manta. I would love to do a manta. I don't have 1,200 quid lying around to do it. I just don't have the space for it. I'd have to do it and then put it in the shed. But I would do it. If someone handed me a manta and said, paint this with contrast paint, I'd be like, cool. Off we go. I had an idea for a video to do a 24-hour stream painting a Reaver Titan, a proper one, a big one, to just be like, listen guys, we're going to do this, and Achillean Leviathan is something I would love to see done just because I love the turtle. I'd love to do one actually. The smallest possible miniature from Forge World. Well, wouldn't that happen to be a Cyclops demolition vehicle? No, surely that's one of the Hobbits, one of Bard's children, one of the worst models ever made. For those of you who have the Forge World website or access to the Forge World website, go and look at Bard's children. Because, oh my goodness me. In fact, that's something I should have done. I should have looked at that picture. Because it never fails to make me laugh. Bard's bloody children. Okay, that then goes together and there's a joint. So that's on the bottom. Here's 0.8% of the manta. Now we just need another £1,190. Thank you so much, Ross. Yeah, if we can raise £1,200 tonight, I'll buy a manta. No, so the idea I was just talking about, the idea I had was to get a Warhound or a Reaver Titan, whatever I could raise the money for. So if I raised the money for it, it would be a case of we'd raise the money, I would buy it, I would paint it in a 24-hour stream together, and then at the end of it, somebody in the chat would win it. Do you see what I mean? So like whoever, you know, if you were there, it would be like, you win it. I would pick it at random. Or something like that. Just like generate a winner from the chat or something. Like raffle it off at that time. That's a video, it's a project idea I had. So one, proving that contrast paint can do it. You could try a Tyranid Ripper. Tyranid Rippers actually are very, very small. The base though, it comes on a 40mm base, that Ripper Swarm. I've painted them before. Boo, 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 boo. Where's the bit I need? Oh, Craig, thank you so much for the 20. That's very kind of you. I need bit 64. That's the bit I need. I sat just looking at that like I'm trying to identify it by vision, and that's not working. Craig, that's very kind of you. Boo, 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 boo. Going to start painting a Sylvaneth, start collecting with my niece tomorrow. I know you did a 24-hour live stream and I watched a little bit of the first part so far. Could you give me a brief overview? Thought of wildwood for the main body and wet blend and Daggeros dunes on the legs and arms. Not sure about the branches and how to dry brush afterwards. Maybe Carrack Stone or Screaming Skull. So Synthas, unfortunately, part 2 of that stream no longer exists. YouTube didn't save it. However, I did do a video called How I Paint Sylvaneth. Oh god, what's it called? Arch Revenant. So there is a video where I used all of my techniques on that one model. Where is he? Where are you, Mr. Arch Revenant? Oh, it's down there. I'll grab it for you and you can see. I'll talk you through it. There is going to be more Sylvaneth videos though, so don't worry. This is going to be interesting. Okay. So there it is. So this video covers everything that I did on my 24-hour stream. If you go in, there's a hair on it. So there's the Arch Revenant. There you go. So there's Flesh Terror's red in there. Wildwood just on its own. It's dry brushed with Carrack Stone, which is my new favourite dry brush, which I keep saying. The weapon, for example, is done. There's a technique for how to do the weapon, which I then use on everything in that. So in the start collecting, you get a tree lord, don't you? And one of those. And so one of those tree lords that you can build in the start collecting is, of course, the Spirit of Dirthu. So there it is. So same technique as you can see used on the sword. It's what, like I said again, it's what I believe it's wildwood all over. Skeleton Horde for the in-betweeny bits. Flesh Terror's red up here. The dry brush I used on the red was Fulgrim Pink. I went a bit ham with the tufts. One of them's coming off there. Just make sure to stick them back down. Don't know why they're coming off. But there you go. There is videos. Basically, that Arch Revenant video shows you how to even paint something like this. What did that just... Did something snap? No. I thought something did snap. Oh, that. There you go. So, there we go. Can't we contact YouTube for that stream, perhaps? We'll get YouTube to try and... I know I've messaged... Oh, I see what you mean. I've messaged them. No, it's gone. It's gone forever, unfortunately. Can you wet blend contrast paints? Aren't they too fluid for that technique? You can wet blend them, but you have to do it at the same time. So I do a lot of blending. So, for example, on this guy, there is a ton of blending going on in there. So, for example, on those ghosts, you basically just do it at the same time, and then you use the brush to move the paint around. Adding contrast medium as well, you can use to keep it wetter. It's not wet blending per se, but it is blending whilst wet. So it's not the same as wet blending, but it is a wet blending technique. It's just a slightly different way of doing things. Are you getting Echoes of Doom? I am getting Echoes of Doom. It is on its way. I'm hopefully going to build some of it this weekend. In particular, the Lady of Vines. The Lady of Vines! Plays a pivotal role in the development of the Hallowed Knights. How the hell does this go together? Okay, it goes in there. And then that bit sticks to that bit. Right, okay. So we just want to add a little bit of this glue in here. And there. There and there. So yeah, I'll be doing some extra videos on the Sylvaneth with Echoes of Doom. So there'll be a lady, but again, it'll be in the same scheme. So it'll be Lady of Vines painted as me, as how I did it. There's a Tree Lord in there, so I'll do that. There's Kernoth Hunters in there, so I'll do that. And there's Gossamer Archers as well, which I'm very excited about. And I'll do a video on how I paint those as well. Again, using all the same techniques that you'll find in the Arch Revenant video. I'm very excited though. Trying to do a sort of green non-metallic metal from Cabalite green through to moot green. Would you increase contrast by glazing a darker colour? If so, which green or blue? Trying to do a sort of green NMM from Cabalite green through to moot green. Okay, let me look at them. Cabalite green through to moot green. So from there to there, like that. Do you know what? Your mid colour for those is Warp Lightning. Would sit between them. So that there is a mixture of, well, it's various layers of, but there's Pterodon Turquoise, Warp Lightning, and I think there's Plague Bearer Flesh involved. I can't remember now. Black Templar is going on in there. The hardest place is to live in your head. I couldn't agree more with that, Scott. That's why I come on here and vent. Not vent, I didn't vent. Did you magnetize your tech list? No, but I need to. You could stick a magnet in it quite easily. I need to put a magnet on him before I send him to the person who actually owns him. But I've also got to finish the rest of his army. I've been seriously slacking on that as a bunch of other stuff. So use the two I picked as my light and dark and use Warpstone as a mid-tone. I think so. I mean, to be honest, if I was going to try and do a blend type thing rather than a non-metallic metal, I would probably do something like cover it in Warp Lightning. Start with Grace here. Cover it in Warp Lightning, and then add some Pterodon Turquoise. Once it's dry, add some Pterodon Turquoise, and then use a dry brush, a clean brush, whilst it's still wet to just feather out that transition. So you'll get that turquoise to green, because Warp Lightning comes out very pale. Is how I would do it. I'm going through the exact same thing. Well, you're not alone, my brother. I'm here, and so is this community, if ever you want to talk to. Let's see, 68. I need to do a video about how I do that blending. Specific video on how to do that, I think, because then I can just point to that as a example of what to do and how to do it. what I need is components to do that with. Something like... In fact, Craig, if you go and check out the Grey Knights video that I did, when I paint the sword, that's the technique, basically. Not the same colours, but that's basically the technique. I would demonstrate it for you now, but I have nothing to demonstrate. Or the killer boss on Gnashtooth. Yeah, I did it on the skill on the skin on the killer boss on Gnashtooth. Oh, I start to forget what videos I've done and when. It's really bad. 62. There's clearly been an infusion of new music in Epidemic Sound because I've not heard any of these tracks tonight before. I'm painting up some Eldarian Red Corsairs. Nice! My toddler is resisting sleep again. Oh, sounds like me. Thanks for hanging out though, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the donation. That's very kind. I knew you guys would cheer me up. Selfish, isn't it? I'm going to put these on now. Oh, I find myself wishing there were square pegs again. Got to run. Doggos are demanding a walk. Another advantage of cats. Love your videos. Tell the voices in your head that say you're not good enough to do one. I will, Helen. And thank you very much for becoming a member. That's very, very kind of you. Have fun on the dog walk. Building it left hand side, so I've built this wrong. Apparently. No, I'm still alright. C66. You cheer me up, Josh. Your cheeky smile, your passion for painting in your community, and the way you take those cheeky drags from your face. I thought nobody noticed. My toddler has been down once. Sent him back to bed with a jam and marmite sandwich, which is his favourite. Jam and marmite. What a hero. Jam and Marmite. I can respect that. That's some strong sandwich game. You know, when I was that age, up until about the age of, I want to say 9, I would only eat what I called cow cheese sandwiches. For those in the UK who know, you know the Laughing Cow. I don't know if it's international. It might be. You know the Laughing Cow. Used to the dairy. Is it Dairy Lee? It might be Dairy Lee. Can't remember. The Laughing Cow, basically, and it used to come in a circle, and there used to be segments of it. That's what I'd have. I'd have one of those spread on butter on bread. That would be my sandwich. And then one day I tried a ham sandwich, and everything changed. You ever tried the Primula cheese with ham in it? I haven't. What is everybody's sandwich of choice? I mean, I'd be interested to hear this. Because I will always have, pretty much every day for lunch, I have a ham and cheese sandwich, right? But my king sandwich is fish finger sandwich. If I could have a fish finger sandwich every day, I would, but then I would be the size of a house. So a fish finger sandwich is a real treat. $74, $73. Right, so 74 goes in. This way, allegedly. Yes. I think I can do polls, actually, you know. There was something about that cow stirred things in me. It's the way she laughs, man. I get you. Rob Withers, only just discovered your channel. The step-by-steps are fantastic, well formatted. Love the paint list at the start. Keep it up and know you're adding value and meaning to people in the hobby. Thank you very much, Rob. That's very kind of you. I shall endeavour to keep going. Philly with black pepper these days. I've graduated. You have graduated. My goodness me. I'm a veggie now though, so no meat for 15 years, lol. Sweet and salty. He's an artist when it comes to sandwich fillings. He is awful. Marmite and jam. Philadelphia do a salmon cheese now. I'm suspicious. Mark's a ham and cheese man. Good man. Peanut butter and jelly. I like peanut butter and jelly. Rob Withers is mature cheddar and Branston pickle or ham and cheese. A chip butty. Best sandwich, cheese and ham. Feels like a posh upgrade from either a cheese or ham sandwich. That's what I say. I used to have ham sandwiches and then I added cheese and I was like, oh, I'm living as the 1% now. Ditch the bread and switch to soft tortillas. They are the nuts. A ham and cheese soft tortilla. I don't know if that would work. Well, a pita maybe. Oh, that's weird. It's too weird. Ham and cheese and fish finger are hard to beat. Ever tried cheese spread and marmalade? No, I have not. Grilled cheese with chorizo, but yeah, not every day. That is a king sandwich. PB&J, hot roast pork, tuna casserole sandwich made from leftovers. Ooh, that sounds nice. Sausage sandwich, brown sauce, fight me. Teriyaki stir, fry in a wrap, bite me. Cheese and pickle is an absolute classic. Oh, you're going to make me hungry, and I had dinner before this. I can't go wanting another. I can't go wanting a sandwich. That would be bad. I need to start to ask for more help. What? Why? Hi, I really hope your mental health is in a good place. Love that you've painted all Rack the Drowners. I'm getting that model myself soon. I can't wait to paint it. I'll be watching your video on it. Wiggle Wiggles Bottom, would you like to see a close-up? Here you go. Here he is. Here's all Rack in all his glory. There you go. There's a little sneak preview. I shall do the base a little later tonight. Quite possibly. I don't know. I might actually try and go to bed. No, but I'm not tired. That would be a futile waste of time. I do feel less worried though, so I'm probably going to sleep better tonight. Probably. Hopefully. As discussed earlier. Okay, so that goes there, and this goes where? On the other side. Oddly enough. Alright, so there's literally no... Oh, does that clip in? Oh, that's clever. Alright. Right, so broken... Yeah, broken goes on the inside. Fixed goes on the outside, right. And that just goes in there. Like that. There we go. That's part of the shoulder. What day will the video be up? It'll either be up tomorrow or Saturday. Depends on whether I can get it edited in time. Tomorrow is my editing in a panic day. So I've got my how to paint buildings video, which will be quick to do. So I'll get that done first, and then if I can get all Rack done in time, it'll go out first, but it might be Saturday. But very soon. Hopefully this week it should be how to paint quick and dirty terrain ruins. All Rack the Drowner, and there should be a battle report as well on Friday, which is really exciting. Battle report was absolute chaos, and it was fantastic. As a kid in the distant 80s, I used to make a peanut butter, cheese, and carrot sandwiches. I like them all individually, so why not together? No, that's sound logic. I get you. It makes sense. Do 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 do. What goes on next? C65. Where is it? There it is. Gotcha. You were hiding. Hello, Rach. How are you? If you have issues getting sleep, try valerian tea or drop What's that? What's I'm going to Google it. Valerian tea. I don't really like tea, so it would have to be drops. See, I misread it, Nathaniel. I misread it as Valerian tea, and I was like, I think you've crossed realities there, my friend. But now I recognise what it is. You should try something from Game of Thrones. Death, maybe? Okay, C30. I'm all the better for joining the stream. Yay! Welcome to the chat where we're talking about our feelings. And everyone's being lovely and supportive and wonderful. And I was just talking about how hopefully our battle report is coming out this weekend. Well, this Friday, Rach. So that's exciting. Hopefully. I was surprised to find that all rack is a push fit model. Was it to how it? Okay, Wiggle Wiggle's bottom. It is not. I repeat, not a push fit model. I've got the instructions here. I know it says that it is, but it isn't. It is not a push fit model. I cannot, because I was surprised as well. Because I was like, is it push fit? Is it really? No. No, it is not push fit. So look, here you go. As you can tell, the very first thing is gluing that together. That's the very first thing you do, is put a hinge on a box that goes on that. This panel does not have any pins that go in there. It glues in. It's definitely not push fit, my friend. You require glue. Otherwise, it's quite nice to put together. In the video, I do talk about how it's probably a good idea. Nathaniel will be pleased to hear this. It's probably a good idea to build it in sub-assemblies. I didn't, because I'm a fool. But it is probably a good idea to build it in sub-assemblies. It's possible to paint it fully assembled, as it is with all models. But I honestly, you'll see it in the instructions where you can build it in subs. And I would recommend. I say it in the video several times. It's at this point where if you built it in sub-assemblies, this would be a lot easier. I was thinking it afterwards, and I was just like, my goodness me. Don't forget to add your favourite crisps. Ah, favourite crisps. Sour cream and onion Pringles. Can't get enough of them. I'm a fiend for a Pringle. If it had to be a Walker's flavour, though, probably salt and vinegar. And also, Wiggle Wiggle's bottom. I have noted some of the authorities at Games Workshop that they're saying that it's a push fit model, and it ain't. Can't wait to look like a tool. You don't look like a tool in the video. I promise. Everybody covers themselves in glory apart from myself. God. Right, here we go. Now that goes on there. And then this goes in and on. So this is going to be fun. Oh, and I've been an idiot. Of course I have. This needs to go in there as well. So before that dries, let's just pull that apart. With the hinge facing that way. That can now go back on there. And no one will ever know that we made a mistake there. Because none of you guys will tell anyone. Okay, I do know this song. As long as you don't soil them. Thank you, Roberto. Shh, don't tell anyone I made a mistake doing that. I need everyone to still think I'm a subject matter expert. This looks like you're putting together Technic Lego. It feels like it. It's so close to being finished, that's the thing. Because once you get the arms done, it's just a matter of shoulders and head. But not knees and toes, because we've already done the knees and toes. Then we shall have an assembled war dog. Then there's just another one to build, followed by 2 more, followed by 3 big Chaos Knights. And we have ourselves a delicious Chaos Knights army. I then also need to decide whether or not I'm going to strip, sell, or wear it. My old Imperial Knights army. I did think about raffling it off, to be fair, to try and raise money to basically buy a new one. So I've got a Castellan, and I've got a Gallant, and I've got a Paladin. And then I've got 2 Helverins. And what I don't want to do is just add another Helverin. Because, you know, like I've said before with my armies, I'm a much better painter now. And I like to paint. I like to play with models that I've painted at this standard rather than at my old classic standard. They're not badly painted by any stretch of the imagination. I just know I can do better. Not selling the knights, heresy. No, it's not so much that it's not, like I said, it's not that I want to get rid of them. I want to still have Questoris knights. I just want to have better ones. You know you've been inspiring me, Ross, with yours. Mine look like dog in comparison. Like I said, I think with contrast paints, so what I did with them, I'll get one out in a minute, you can have a look. But what I did with them was I did this kind of stippling effect on it, which is cool, but I know I can do better. Yeah, see? I knew it. Thanks, Roberto. This channel loves you too. Oh, how have I managed to do that? Come on now, Josh. It's like that, guys. Just make sure that this hasn't set. No, it hasn't. Because I can't really progress until both the arms are in. You're very welcome, Wiggle Wiggles Bottom. I'm so excited to see your next knights. For those who haven't seen, Ross paints the most beautiful Questoris knights. If you'd like to see them, go and check out The Tale of Many Warhipsters. Which, the next episode of that is coming very, very soon. We are going to stream it, it's just finding the time to do it. Hopefully this Sunday, maybe have to push it to next week, just because everybody is so busy at the moment. It's not just me that's really busy. Boom, boom. That's piece number 95, yeah. So this one is going to go in there, like that. Oh, it's exciting. There's a very clear groove for that to go in, which is always nice. Which I apparently missed the first time. No, there's no chance that that's staying. Hello, Adam. We do need to have a drink and to roll some dice soon. When are you next in Cheltenham, my friend? Where did you get the custom cutting mat? Been trying to find someone to make one, but can't seem to find anyone. Well, what I did here, this isn't a custom cutting mat, I'm afraid. This is a piece of paper with a sticker on it. Because I was looking for the same thing, and I couldn't find anyone who did it. And I just wanted to do some branding. Do you know who might do it? D-Brand might do something, but I don't know. But literally, this is a piece of black A3 card with a sticker in the middle. Because here at Warhipster Towers, we run on a shoestring budget, everybody. Like, I found somewhere that would do like a PVC mat, but that wasn't quite good enough. But Adam, let me know next time or whenever, or if you're thinking of coming to Cheltenham at some point in the future, and you can come over and I'll film you rolling some dice. Yeah. Oh, it's an angry chaos night. What did you make of the model reveals at Warhammer Fest? Oh, I loved them. I loved the Sylvaneth reveals. I was so excited. you supply the mat, check your local area for printers with a UV flatbread. Flatbread? We've got sandwiches on the go on the brain. For a UV flatbed printer, they should be able to custom print it. At last, my job is useful. Oh, chewy. If you do that quickly, wet brush and just apply some friction, it'll come off. Very, very quickly. Just go for it now. Just get a tiny bit of water on your brush and just really just apply a little bit of pressure to just pull it off. See, now we're at that stage where I can't remember what I selected as the carapace weapon. So we're just going to go to this camera for a moment because I need my phone. Give me one moment, callers. And then we shall finish. What did I want? I mean, I could just build both, to be fair, but I'm not in the mood. Havoc multi-launcher. There you go. I want to at least get this one finished. There we go. Right, so we're back in the room. Havoc multi-launcher. Here we go. C41 and C42. I was looking at these earlier. Well, congratulations, Adam, on working for yourself. That's excellent. That's awesome. You can come down and test out my my ridiculous line of sight blocking terrain board with a wall that goes across the middle. So it's just like, nope, no line of sight for you. Unless you have Imperial Knights. But even then, deploying at the back of the board. The idea on my ultimate line of sight blocking board is that basically it becomes a game of player placed objectives. Does that go round a specific way, or is it just... No, it just goes in however it damn well pleases. Rock Golem, could you provide a dark grey contrast recipe? Darker than Basilicon Grey but lighter than Black Templar. I'd like to take a break from Mark III Space Marines and tackle some Dark Eldar in grey / orange. Mix little amounts of Black Templar into Apothecary White. Which is not a bad idea, Nathaniel. Sounds quite nice. Darker than Basilicon Grey. I mean, you could always try like mixing Black Templar and Basilicanum Grey together. That'll give you a very dark colour. Another good one, actually, is just to paint it Mechanicus Standard Grey and then go over it with either Griff Charger or Basilicanum Grey. Because that'll give you a really dark, either bluish grey or really dark grey. There we go. Havoc multi-launcher installed, ready to go. Right. I know the answer to this question, but do we go with the dog helmet or a normal helmet on the carnivore? It should be the dog helmet, really, shouldn't it? Come on now. We all know the right answer. Doggo. Yep, there you go. First two, straight off the bat, doggo helmet. $60 and $61. Oh, there's a huge amount of flash on there. Why do you do this to me, Games Workshop? $60 and $61. I mean, it is a carnivore war dog, so it has to be the doggo helmet, right? Cat helmet. I wish there was a cat helmet. Smoothing it out. The weird head. Yeah. I dropped a bit. Hello, Brother Ferris. I am doing good and I am safe. I'm feeling a lot better now, having talked to all of you. I needed to say what was bothering me out loud to hear it, I think, in public, so everyone could hear it and say, "Don't be ridiculous, you idiot." No, that's not what anyone said. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, one thing I think I often say is, I know I am in an incredibly privileged position, and I am very much aware of that, and I am very thankful to be in this position. And I think one of the things I need to never lose sight of, and I try not to, I try to always bear it in mind, but you know, no matter how hard I think it might be, I'm doing really, really well. And you know, it is incredible the amount of support that I have. You know, I never would have thought that I would ever render this much support. I always hoped I would, but does that need gluing in? No, it does not. There we go. We have finally finished the War Dog. I think that looks awesome. I'm so pleased with how that looks. I think that looks great. I think I've decided as well, I'm going to go with House Corvax. To give my Be'lakor some friends. Because that's what he needs, more friends. It does give me a chance to do some bone and some black as well. And a bunch of weathering opportunities too, which is always good. Is it truly finished though, if it hasn't been assembled to the base? The answer to that question is, of course, no. So we should probably do that. Pop it on its base right now. And now the base is big enough to cover up the Warhipster icon there in the middle. But it might be worth actually assembling that body on as well. There we go. You can come out the cradle and look at it sideways on. There it is. There's all rack. Pin the torso on the legs. Yeah, I might do that. Just stick a pin up through it, maybe. Oh yeah, Brother Ferris, you haven't been here. There he is. There's Allrak. He was painted today. So that'll be either tomorrow or Saturday. I need to figure out if I have the time to edit him. If not, it'll be the buildings tomorrow. But it's coming this week. There we go. So I think on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say a massive thank you to all of you for being here with me tonight, for hanging out, for letting me share my feelings, and for sharing your stories with me too. I am very privileged to be in a position to be able to hear those, to be trusted with those, and it goes a long way towards making me feel really valued, which, as you know, discussed, I struggle with sometimes, unnecessarily so, because I shouldn't struggle with that at all, because I know when I do this, when I talk to you, when I do a stream, when I hang out with any of you, when I chat to any of you, I feel very valued, and I need to stop losing sight of that, and I apologise, but I'm also very thankful that I get the opportunity to be able to do this. And I always say it, and it's always true, and none of this is possible without any of you, and you help me help you with your painting needs. So thank you to all of you. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Thank you so much for chatting to me. Thank you for being the best community in the world, because that is exactly what you are, and I will always treasure you forever and ever. And I will always treasure these moments, and this video won't be deleted by YouTube, so we'll be able to look back on this one and treasure this one as well. So on that note, that is now time to end. You guys are all being so nice. It is time to end. We've built a war dog at last, and we just have another 3 to build. And some big boys as well, but we'll get there eventually. But thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you all next week, same Warhipster time, same Warhipster channel. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you all very, very, very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming, ladies and gentlemen. You are the absolute best. I will see you very, very soon. Bye bye.